Here is how you can get a guaranteed shiny Munchlax with the crafty mark in the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC. The Ogre Oustin minigame that you do during the storyline actually has a lot more depth to it than you may first realize. There is an easy, medium, and hard difficulty, and while you can beat the easy difficulty on your own, I definitely recommend a team of 4 when you're going for medium and hard, because to get the shiny Munchlax, you actually have to beat hard mode level 10 to be able to get it, and it's actually quite difficult. So today I'm going to give you a bunch of tips and tricks that you can use, and by following these tips you're going to have a much higher chance of beating level 10 and getting your own shiny Munchlax. Firstly, there are quite a few courses that you can randomly get, and on easy and even on medium it doesn't matter too much, but on hard there's just one course that you want. This farming one has fences in the way and is quite annoying, so you want to avoid this one. This one has a river in the way and jumping is really slow in this game and laggy, so avoid this one. This one looks okay, but the berry platforms are actually in a line rather than in a square, which is very important, and I'll talk about this a little bit more later on. And this one has lots of cliffs and is actually the worst. You can't see any of the balloons and the cliffs just get in the way. Now, when you come across one of these in hard mode, you want to restart, but unfortunately the only way to do that is to wait out the timer, so we played hide and seek instead. We're resetting this map, and while we're waiting for it to reset, we're doing hide and seek. And I'm heading out of range. What? Oh, I found someone. Haha. I found you.
Yeah, that's me.
Is that you? Okay. This is the map that you want. There are a few rock obstacles, but overall it's a very simple design. You can see a long way, so you can see where all the balloons are, and you're not going to get stuck on too much. But the main reason this one is good is because the berry platforms are in a square. Now, you want them in a square because when Squovits and Munchlaxes come after your berries, they can be scared away by one person spamming R in the direct center of the square. This means that no Pokemon will steal your berries, and it leaves all of the other 3 players to continue collecting. It is much better to do this than to run around and try to scare off the Pokemon. Just stay here in the middle and spam R, and it works every time. You really want to make sure the Pokemon aren't eating the berries, because Snorlaxes eat very quickly and can completely destroy your run. Now, generally you want a dedicated defender so everyone knows their role, and we learned from the first few stages that the Miraidon character often got 30 balloons first, so they were often the defender. Keep in mind that no Pokemon spawn until the first berry is deposited, so make sure everyone gets 30 berries first before depositing. Before you even worry about defending though, at the start of the level you can see that before the balloons even spawn, you can actually start moving around. So what you want to do is to use this time to get as far away as possible from the berry platforms so you can collect from the outside and make your way in. Now, we tried a few times having a specific color each, like I always aimed for the green balloons and each person had their own color, but we found that this didn't work. So we changed strategy to instead collect any color and more so stick to a specific area or route, and we had much more success with this. So as you can see, I always head to the north and sort of run around the same route and then head back to deposit my berries. I use this strategy for every single round, so my team knew what I was doing and I knew what my team was doing, so we weren't overlapping at all. Now, the key to this game in the late stages is to communicate with your team. We were in a Discord voice call and able to tell each other what balloons we had, how we were doing, and so on. Especially as the timer gets lower, you really want to communicate because you don't want to focus on colors that another player already has. There'll be an example of some of our communications at the end of the 10th round so you can see what I'm talking about. Keep in mind that once you reach 30 balloons, and you can do this by keeping an eye on the top right corner which shows you how many balloons you've got, you can still pop balloons that don't actually count for anything, but they do remove the balloon from the map, so you want to avoid this, especially balloons closer to the middle. It only slows you down. So make your way from the outside in, and then once everyone has deposited their first 30 balloons, you can see what you still have left to do, and this is where the communication is key. Now, all of this was filmed on my live stream, twitch.tv/metalfear4. There's a link in a bio for you to come join us, and if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to subscribe as well. So let's have a look at us going into stage 10. So we just beat stage 9, we're going to stage 10, which has 200 berries that we need to get, which is a lot. So I've moved right to the outside using the strategy that I was talking about, going as far away as I can from the middle and just collecting absolutely everything that I can so far. I've been doing the same route over the whole 10 levels so far, so I sort of hit this corner up here, go for every berry that I can, try to get every balloon, and my team's doing the same as well in their corners of the map. Keeping an eye on that top right corner, we can see I've full with my berries. So now I'm going to head all the way back, making sure I don't hit any balloons along the way as well. And I'm going to deposit. We can see the Miraidon was first again. So Miraidon's in the middle, and you can already see is spamming R. So they're going to scare away any Pokemon that come up. And we can see the Snorlax are appearing, but even though they're not even close, just spamming R to make sure that we are scaring them away. Snorlaxes are on the way, but that is fine. Even though I passed the Snorlaxes right next to them, I didn't even stop to scare them because there was no point. I knew that was going to be fine.
Black.
Oh shit,
Well,
that's
no.
what we're doing. So we
Yeah, just communicate how many red and blacks you got.
I got 5
I got tucked.
red, 4 black.
Yeah, and let's do a quick math of how many else you
I've
need.
got 8 green, 4 red.
Alright. I think we've got all the reds across everyone, I
Um,
think.
So you can hear the communication that we're doing there, talking about how many we've got, what we need to focus on. So we can see that we do have a lot of greens. That would definitely be the focus for most of us. And that's what I've got the most of as well.
Green.
Okay.
Coming back with 8 green.
So we know that what we're doing is communicating and making sure we're not doubling up. So we're not getting any more reds because we don't need any more reds. And we can see Miraidon still scaring away those Snorlaxes as well.
Or,
Everyone's got the 4 blacks.
yeah,
we just
sorry,
need green.
17 reds, greens. So just get all the greens you can. I think, so did everyone go downhill or uphill?
I've gone down. I've got 7 green.
I got 10. If you go back.
Hey, go back
Yeah,
now.
go
Go back now.
We
Get
got
back.
10 seconds.
Come on.
Yes!
4 seconds left. Let's go. Yes.
Hey, yo.
Well done, team. Good job. Let's go.
Screenshot.
Woo.
That's definitely screenshot worthy. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Let's
thinking
go.
about-
Now, obviously, you get a lot of other rewards as well as the Snorlax if you beat level 10 on hard. Keep in mind that the scores you can see on the left there is actually irrelevant. As long as you beat hard, it doesn't matter what your score is, doesn't matter what your teammate's score is either. Okay, let's summarize the main 10 tips because I know that was a lot all at once, and maybe you can pause the video here if you'd like. Number 1, reset the map to get the easiest one, which is the one with the 4 berry platforms together in a square and there's no obstacles in the way. Tip number 2, have the defender spam R in the direct center of the 4 to protect all berry platforms at once. Number 3, have one dedicated defender so the other 3 can keep collecting. Number 4, get 30 berries before depositing at the start to delay the Pokemon coming. Number 5, use preparation time from the start to head to the far outskirts in different directions from your teammates. Number 6, collect from outside and head inwards. This means when you have 30, the remaining balloons are closer to the center. Number 7, prioritize a route rather than a specific color. Collect any balloons to start with rather than one color each, and it is much easier that way. Number 8, communicate with your team, like in a Discord voice chat, and make sure you talk regularly and keep each other up to date with what colors you have, who is defending, etc. Number 9, avoid popping extra balloons, especially near the center, and especially when you don't need that color at all because it takes up space from your 30. Number 10, don't scare away the Pokemon if you aren't a defender. This stops you from collecting and is not necessary, especially if you have a dedicated defender. I hope this guide was helpful, guys. If you're looking for teammates to play with, then check out my Twitch. The link is in the description. We had a bunch of different groups running together last night and it was really cool. Don't forget to subscribe as well and check out my other guide videos too. Thanks.